know the business, man. May 24th, 2021. We tap it in live from the city of Los Angeles. It's your boy Duane Cofield representing the Drug Dealers to Businessmen podcast. It's the weekly tap in, homies, and I'm tapping in. What's good? What's good? What's good? Whew. All good. Weather's straight. Eating. Even with any type of struggles or whatever, we still better than most, homie. Everything is perspective. So do me that favor, because I'm about to do it right now. Go ahead and share, man. We need that share, man. Not on no BS though, but on some who could use the same type of game, right? Because I'm not selling cookies or anything, but I am giving out sweet information, if that makes sense. So put in the comments over here. You know what I mean? Put it in your city, rep your city. Let me know where you're capping in from. Make sure I give you guys a shout out before they cut off my comments. Sometimes they cut off my comments for some reason. But let me go ahead and share. I'm not trying to put already know the business, man. Let me see. A little bit behind. All right. Hold up. This is just, procedural. That's it, man. Just real simple share. Just make sure nobody misses it. Because we're talking about something that's really important, man. Your self-design today. Yeah, man. Self-design. How does it? Okay. Montgomery, Alabama. All right now. All right. I see you, man. Appreciate it, Rob. Keelan Jackson. Right now, Rocktown in the build, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in, homies. Real talk. Every time, man. Y'all solid, man. Y'all like them homies that you call and they show up every time. Hey, man. You know what I mean? I got a little something to handle. And they tap in. Tulsa, another one of my folks, homie. What's up, CJ? Crypto's take. Hey, man, I tapped into the crypto, dog. I did do that, CJ, man, and I thought about you, homie. I thought about you the entire time I was doing it. I'm still in. I'm in it for the long haul. It dipped a little bit, but we back. I bought some Ethereum. I bought some all right, San Antonio. What's up, Derek? I see you, homeboy. But yeah, I bought some Dogecoin. I bought a little bit of Bitcoin. I bought some Ethereum. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Probably not. But I was thinking about, I said my man CJ been popping this in my ear for the last couple of months, homie. So, all right now. What's up, Ann? Man, my down south family all tapping in, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could throw the game on in the background, man. It's all love. Even if y'all pop up to that from time to time, man. Just the subliminal flow. You know what I mean? Just in your ear like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to waste your time. Trust me on that one. At all. Because self-design is critical, homie. Because a lot of times what we do is we thinking that we got to follow everybody's advice to the T. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll even give an example. So for our chicken company, we're still playing with the recipe. And my wife made a point, like, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, that recipe was passed to my down from my grandmother to my mom. And it's just, a certain way that they cook the chicken. And my wife's like, that's cool. And we can take that as a foundation, but we need our own recipe. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of stuck with me. I was like, word? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, for sure. You know what I mean? Because people are, they struck with what they struck with, right? And anytime you talking to people and you see what type of success they had, a lot of it was a time thing. You know what I'm saying? So even when you like buy books, success books, or whatever the case may be, a lot of that was how their design is. You know what I'm saying? The way their design worked for them. The crazy part about it, yeah, I know yeah, man. I appreciate you, CJ. The main thing about it is with self-design is that you are in charge of all the components, right? You're in charge of it, right? This is the trick thing, right? You're in charge of all the components, how they're sorted, how things are put together, but you have no instructions. This is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, God doesn't just lay out the instructions. So, okay, so here's how your stuff's gonna actually work. You're gonna get this game here, you're gonna get this, and he don't map it out for you. You know what I mean? It's almost like on some Rubik's Cube shit. You know what I mean? Well, you got everything you need in this cube, The key is, how do I sort it together to design myself? I could look at old boy's Rubik's Cube and he uses this method to solve his problem. Or I can look to my left and see this cat and I say, okay, this is how he or she solves his problem. But how do I solve my shit? Because my problems are unique to me. You know what I mean? I know you had something similar, right? And I know you've been through some stuff similar, right? Like Jay-Z said, we all ghetto B. You know, here's my story. You feel me? Like, what's what's up, Samuel? I appreciate it, man. What's up, Tanisha? Victorville fam tapping in. ATL. Man, I love it, man. I appreciate the support, man. Peoria, Illinois. Hey, man, it's nothing but love out here, dog. And I appreciate that. And all y'all are unique individuals, right? So how could I give you guys a set of instructions that'll work for you guys? Right? I can give you, what's up, stud? Fam, man, appreciate that, homeboy. That's family right there, dog. Tanisha too. But you know, when you guys think about your own design, how can I give you guys instructions for yourself, right? You know, when you think about that, your own recipe, right? Think about that. You know, over time, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of mistakes. You're gonna come up with some configurations that aren't gonna work, and it's up to you to figure that out. But ultimately, right, when are we really seasoned? Right, after we've been through some shit, right, after we've done some stuff, then we get seasoned, right? Then we know what to do, what not to do, and we kind of design our lives. We know who we are. You get comfortable in your skin. The challenge is when we're younger, we are idolizing other people because a lot of times we don't feel like we're good enough. We feel like some of us can, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I was one of them, because even the leaders are following somebody else. I used to follow a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? That granted, they was all high level cats, you know what I'm saying? But these are the cats I idolized, and I took a little bit of swag from this cat. I took a little bit of swag from this cat. Matter of fact, shout out to Stuck. Daryl, that's one of the cats. When I was a young kid in San Diego, I used to see him and his Blazer rolling and we'd come up to Victorville on a visit and we would see him. And he was one of the cats that I would idolize. Like, man, I'm trying to get a bag like D. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you think about a lot of these cats, you like, but who's to say that they was led the right way? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem, right? Is a lot of times you thinking this cat got it all together. They may be following somebody else who doesn't have it together. A lot of the cats that we follow were broken. You know what I'm saying? Broken relationship wise. We looking at them, they going from female to female and whatever, if it's vice versa. This ain't the right way to go. This ain't the right way to do. But when do we realize that? When we get a certain age, or we break out of that experience from being under their spell. Because we do follow under a lot of people's spells, right? Whether we want to admit it or not. Right? If we don't have our own identity, man, anybody else's will do. That's the crazy part about it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. No, I already know. You ain't got to tell me stuff. You trust me, man. And me and him got down together. You know what I'm saying? Late in my career and late in his, but we started messing with each other. Merle too. So, but yeah, dog, man, come on. You already know the business. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would take little bits from each one of these cats and I would come up with my own recipe. And that's the thing for us. Now, granted, when do we realize that we're making an unhealthy recipe? Right? That's the challenge, right? We got to wake up and realize that our recipe very well may be unhealthy. It may have too much butter, it may have too much salt, whatever the case may be. And that's stuff that we got from other people, right? We ain't designed because we taking bits from here, but we trying to. Our intent is to design ourselves, but we have to get some inspiration from somewhere. All artists get inspiration from somewhere. The problem is when we're young, what we have around us, we don't really have a choice in that matter. So our parents are kind of dictating that based on where they live and based on who we gravitate to. I gravitated towards, and I'm dating myself right now, the Toyota trucks, the KMCs, Suzuki Jeeps on KMCs, the Candies, Elcos, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I saw growing up. Turkish chains, perms, swole cats. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I saw growing up. And a lot of dope boys, right? I grew up in the 80s in San Diego where there was some crack just hit. So this is who and we moved from East Dago to South. It didn't matter. It was everywhere. But you saw the money that they were making. So I fell in love with that. You know what I'm saying? And I started designing myself after what I was watching, right? After what I was experiencing, after what I constantly saw. So we was at the swap meet, we was buying 3-finger rings, we was buying Turkish chains, we was buying fake Gucci wallets. You know what I'm saying? What we saw the other homies doing, right? And who's to say who they were influenced by? You know, that's the thing about it is a lot of times you got to go down the lineage. If you're going to be influenced by somebody, look down the line and say, okay, well, who you looking up to? You know what I mean? That means, okay, well, who you getting your information from? Who's raising you? Because I want to make sure you're right. If I'm sitting up here following you and I'm not going to design my life, I'm a follow you. A lot of times this happens when we're young. Who are you following? I don't want to be baby such and then big such and such is a fucking bozo. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense to me, homie. And that's a lot of times that's what we doing. We getting the stuff passed down. And this is what Anthony talking about, generational cursing, homie. Real talk. Because we sitting there watching and we just went and nobody gonna make a ripple in this shit. Ain't nobody gonna break this shit. Nobody gonna stop this level, this poverty. Nobody gonna go out here and roll the dice and try some shit. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna fall down the same line of such and such and such and such. I remember I was talking to Terrence Stone. That shout out to the homie T Stone, changing the game. He in Victorville too. And he was like, grew up in a house, multi-generational gangbanging. That's all everybody did. So a lot of times, in order to not, be ostracized or the group outing you, you go along. We go along with so many different things, right? I try to go the opposite direction. A lot of times people just do the opposite. But I always say, man, if everybody's headed this direction, they're probably gonna get slaughtered. I'm gonna go around. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try something a little bit different. You have to. We talked about that before, man. Why we got different fingerprints if we're gonna have the same damn goals? You know what I'm saying? Why we got different fingerprints? We're gonna look. I see cats, man. I'm like, man, you been around this nigga so long, you look like him now. Come on. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? What makes you unique? Because God didn't make a bunch of duplicates. Even twins are different. One's usually more organized, the other one's usually raggedy. Or just a little bit more disheveled. I don't want to say raggedy, but nobody's designed to be just like somebody else. Nobody's story is supposed to be like somebody else's. You read an inspirable story, you know what I'm saying? It's something inspiring, take it with a grain of salt. Appreciate that person's moment, right? And realize yours is coming. You don't have to do exactly what they did because a lot of times that shit ain't gonna work for you. Because you can take a little bit from here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, such and such got up at 5 and did XYZ. But I ain't a 5 o'clock in the morning cat unless I'm up all night and can't sleep. But personally, that's not my stilo. And I'm okay with that. I know who I am. I know when I'm most productive. I tell people I'm productive between 8 and 11. After that, I need to go work out. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I know that about myself. Right? I know what kind of design I am, right? It's usually when you're dealing with some non-compatible shit is when the malfunctioning starts. Let me plug into this nigga's shit. Or, man, what you plugging into their stuff for? That ain't the way God wired you. He didn't make duplicate programs. He wired you differently. So why are you following their rules? Why are you doing what they're doing? It's easy to follow, dog. It's easy to follow. Hard to be original because you have no reference point. You have no one to say, man, that's exactly how you're supposed to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's done what you're doing. Nobody's walked that path. And caveat, it's lonely there because you have nobody who's done what you've done. Hopefully. Now, if you got somebody doing what you're doing, you might need to switch it up and try something a little different because you're following somebody's path. Now, you could very well walk to their path to a certain extent and break off and start creating your own path. Now, that's you can do that. But at some point in time, you're going to have to assume your identity, homies, of who God intended for you to be. It's hard sometimes. It's hard trying to figure out who we are because we always trying to fit in a mold. We always trying to fit in somebody else's mold. I like house music. Love house music. Oh man, that's Chicago. You know what I'm saying? My Shawtown cats be, man, listen to house, man, house bangs. I don't have to listen to 40 all the time or Hove. I like classical music. I was just listening to some Zen music. It was crickets and water dripping. You can be different. You ain't gotta fit in and be just like the rest of these homies. Oh man, we all look alike. Then it'd be easy for it's easy to get you then. You know what I'm saying? Like we all do the same thing. We all go here. We all do this. Nah, I might be anywhere, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm different. I might be at a museum. I might go on a hike. I might be with my surf crew. I might tap in with the homies. I might be in the back cooking chicken. I might be on a tour at the beach. I'm trying to diversify myself and max it out because I know my unique path was set for me in stone with God way before anybody had anything to do with it. He already knew what was getting ready to pop. This is why it's so important to tap into who you are supposed to be. Because if you start following somebody else's path, it don't lead to your bag, dog. It does not lead to your bag. Why would it lead to your bag? It's like that puzzle that they have on the back of the cereal boxes, right? And your bag is over here. Somebody else's cereal box, you start feeling that ain't your bag. Your bag is over here. Follow your path. Listen to me, intuition. Because that's what intuition is, homie. It's God talking to you. I was telling my son that the other night. I said, you don't realize that? What other way God gonna talk to you? He gonna send people, and he gonna have intuition. He gonna send people. He got angels. No, do not get that twisted. Man, listen. No religion. This has nothing to do with what these fools is fighting over. This has nothing to do with any of that. These are 100% God tells, my witness, my experience. I'm telling you guys. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is not, you know what I mean? You don't have to go to anybody else. You can go directly to him. You ain't got to go to a church. You ain't got to go through a deacon. You ain't got to go through none of that. And I'm not hating on them. They do their thing. But you can go directly to God. And he's designed something specifically for you. You have to tap into it. And once you do, that connection with God you'll be like miracles. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you can speak it into existence. God hears you, so does the universe. They're all in cooperation. Everybody's on the same page. The only one that hasn't figured it out a lot of times is us. We're like, oh man, let me talk to the homie. Let me talk to the negative ass homie. Hey man, what you think about this? What you think they think about it? You know what I'm saying? Write it in your journal. Better response. Trust me. Than running about a lot of people who haven't got their shit figured out yet. Haven't figured out their own demons. Haven't got that demon about their passenger seat. You feel what I'm saying? So they gonna give you biased advice. So you got to be careful about who you ask. What kind of position you in? Where's your mindset? You reading the same stuff, kind of the same stuff I'm reading? We still almost there. We still kind of believe in the same. Well, let me run this by you. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who's achieved success, who's had that connection with God. Somebody who's still fighting with the devil, man. You might want to, hold up. let me see if I want to run this by you first. Let me check the temperature. Because a lot of times that throws our navigation off, right? God have us on a certain path and we start listening to somebody else and our navigation gets thrown off. We start basing it on what they got cracking. And that energy is negative. It's steady draining your battery, homies. Trust me. So you got to make sure, watch yourself. Last week, we talked about that self-conversation. You know what I'm saying? These are the instructions on your design, homies. What you saying to yourself? Can you figure it out? Man, I got this, dog. Ain't nothing that can handle me. I got problems. It's nothing. This is easy peasy. I need to get some exercise in. I feel like playing basketball. I'm going to tell you about that. I talked that into existence yesterday. I tell to myself, man, I need to play some basketball, homie. You know what I mean? Lo and behold, took my kids to the park. Almost didn't do it because the enemy was like, man, just sit here and chill, dog. You deserve it. You've been working. Like, nah, let me go ahead and get my ass up. Because whenever that cat starts to suggest not moving, that's when it's time to move. Because that's when it's time for God to connect with you. He'll send you a gift at that time. Most of the time we look it away like, nah, I'm going to just chill. I'm going to just Somebody could say, hey, man, I'm inviting you over here to meet, you know, we playing cards. My uncle from out of town in town. You go sit with him, find out that he the actual hookup that you needed. That's how serendipitous God moves, homie. It's like random ass luck. It seems like it. It seems like perfect luck, right? Perfect luck. Like, what the hell? Lined it up for you, homie. Had it lined up like 10 years ago. If he would have told you, you would have effed it up. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So he don't tell you these things. He just show you better than he can tell you. He's still in the miracle business. He didn't get out that business when they started wearing sneakers and got out the sandals. He didn't stop. And he's not going to. The problem is most of the people keep trying to plug into these dead ass batteries on earth who's still dealing with their own. They ain't connected to the source yet. Once you connected with the source, dog, you glow. You got a different glow to you. Bruce Leroy shit. You feel me? For my Last Dragon fans. You get that glow, homie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That glow when he lit up and dug in Shownuff's ass. That's connecting with God. And what did it take for him? He realized that he was the master. As you out there searching for the plug, you look at, oh man, I gotta, that's me. Oh man, these niggas know more than me. Oh man, this dude just got lucky. The plug just lived next to him. That was it. That's how he got birds. It wasn't his hustle. You know what I'm saying? But you thinking, oh man, this dude, the God, man, dude just happened to move next door to him. His kids go to school together. That's why he got birds for 10,000. Because the dude next to him got 100,000 of them. You know what I'm saying? But here you are believing that this person is this God. You fall on every more. I gotta move like this cat. I gotta do everything that they do. I gotta No, you don't. Your path is yours. It's yours. Start this. All right, sorry about that. Start designing it now. And the way you do that is you move according to what that intuition tells you. If there's a class, go to it. There's an opportunity, someone come on to suggestion, move on it. If there's an opportunity here, submit. Quit turning stuff down. Everybody, don't turn down phase. Quit turning down opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody, I don't turn down. But once you turning down opportunities by keeping this cat in your circle. You turning down opportunities by not moving when your intuition tells you to. Because that's usually when the connection gets lost, right? We start ignoring that voice inside of us that gives us the best damn advice. Let's see, hold up. All right. My connection settings tripped out. That's 100%. You got to do your own thing, dog. You know what I mean? As difficult as it is, right? Dare to be a leader in the world of followers, right? Because there's so many followers, homie. So many followers. And I know a lot of times we can't get away from the influence, but if you're going to be influenced, make sure you're the right kind, right? Make sure you're around the right type of people because they're going to affect you whether you like it or not. I don't care how tough you are, how disciplined you are. You hang around the wrong people, they're going to influence you. Bottom damn line. You can't get around it. Their conversation, you hang around somebody drops F-bombs, next thing you know, you cussing up a storm. Somebody talking about buying a house in this area, you start to consider the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just our natural competitive nature, right? So you want to be competing with somebody who's going to stretch that ass, right? I start hanging around PhDs. They're stretching my ass, right? Because they're making me think about research. They're making me think about published papers, finished papers. I got professors who are knocking shit down, homie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how am I going to keep up with these cats? But they're stretching me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not competing on rims. I'm just not anymore. I used to. When I was around that type of conversation, that's what we was talking about, Dayton's and 20-inch rims. But now I'm talking about published journals. Things are going to help me get tenured. What the hell is tenure? I didn't even know what the shit meant. Then they had something about RT something. They retention. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what is this? And those are the type of things that help you become who you are. You feel what I'm saying? Because now I'm becoming unique. I don't know anybody who done what I'm doing. I know cats who got a similar one. I saw a dude at Long Beach State get a PhD, but I ain't see him get one in marketing. I ain't see him do the extra da. This is just about competition, differentiating yourself. So you got to start walking your path and keep going. Ain't no stopping. This is another thing, homie. This ain't a sprint. We ain't running the 50. You feel me? This ain't the 50, dog. This is 26.2 plus the swim, plus the hike. This is Ironman multiplied. That's what this is. So you're going to keep going, even when it's hot, even when your ass is tired, even when you feel like you're about to drown. You got to keep going. Ain't no you competing against yourself. And we ain't racing. I'm not racing you. I'm racing my last time. I'm racing my worst time. I'm racing when I was at the bottom and I didn't even think I can get my ass up. I'm racing when they gave me $200 at the gate at the pen. That's what I'm racing, dog. Competition? Nah. Because I know when I left that gate, wasn't nobody with me. So I know my path is pretty similar to my path. Then you guys got to understand that. And not only understand it, embrace it. Embrace I'm different, dog. I'm different. Always have been. Dude is a little different. Yes. I'm embracing that, homie. I'm different, and I'm different on purpose. And I'm not doing it to be different. I'm doing it because it's my destiny. Huge difference. Some people just wear different shit just to be different. You feel what I'm saying? But this is what I'm destined for. I'm destined to change lives. So that's why I'm doing the live. That's why I'm doing the podcast. That's why I'm teaching at the college and university. Because I'm supposed to change lives. I know that. Me and God talked about that. And all he did was line that path up, homie. Here you go. Go here, talk to them. You ain't got to go through that gate. You don't have to go through that gate either. I'm going to open these up for you too. Just keep walking down this one. Yeah, man, but God, there's security. They got this, man, just walk through them. Just tell them I sent you. Just keep going. And you like, serious? Man, just keep going. Nah, God, man, with a homie, I talked to what I tell you. And sometimes God gonna check your ass like that, homie. You know what I'm saying? Where you gotta go on faith, dog. I don't care what statistics say. I don't care what the market's saying. I don't care what anybody's saying. We jumped in two crowded ass games, hare and chicken. Jump head first in it. Willing to take the L, but know what the possibility, right? That if we got in the ring in any one of those two arenas, that we could possibly win the fight. Or at least hold our own and get us a belt somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? So what are you waiting on, dog? Jump in it. No matter what game somebody think they got locked down, they ain't seen you yet. They ain't got to borrow you. They haven't tasted that, which you make so well. Right? They haven't tried this. They haven't heard that. It's a way to be unique about whatever, homie. But you got to embrace your individualism, who you are. My hair don't look like my brother's. We ain't built the same. My brother's a little shorter than me, but more chiseled. And I'm embracing that. So, man, we ain't supposed to look alike. What y'all want, two versions of the same thing? Glad God didn't do that. We're uniquely unique, right? And we should embrace that because we got to understand that everybody has their own balloon to pop. And when you got, what I mean by that is when you guys go to the fair and you play that little game when you squirt in the water, everybody has their own balloon to pop. And there's no race on this one, man. Just do it when you can. But make sure you ain't spraying somebody else's shit. Make sure you ain't gassing somebody else up. You're going to have these kind of pep talks. You better be talking to yourself like that. You're going to have some belief in something. Don't believe in the homie's dream, believe in your dream. You have to. You have to believe so much in your dream like your life depends on it, because it does. How you going to set your family into the right trajectory if you don't make a move on what's been eating you inside, that you know you good at, that you know you great at, but something's telling you, oh man, you can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and yes, you should, and yes, you will. Period. No matter what, somebody got to speak life into you. That's what I'm here for. I don't know what it is, but God sent me on a mission. He tapped me on my shoulder and said, hey, partner, 6:00. Show up, tap in, inspire, tell them what they ain't heard in a minute. Tell them what they might not hear from the homie sitting next to them. Tell me what they might not hear from their girl, their husband. A lot of times it's not their fault. They don't know what to say. So sometimes you got to take somebody who's been through some shit. Here's what I used. Here's how I design myself. I serve. Serve straight up, homie. I serve. Not too many of us do that, especially blacks, Latinos. You know what I'm saying? But we out there. That's by design. That was on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't random. I didn't grow up in a surfing family. You know, some people grow up and everybody surfed. So it was kind of the thing. Nobody surfed. Nobody. And I'll break that mold. Now my nephew's talking about surfing. One of them already surfed. So now it's part of what we getting ready to get popping. That's by design. That's how you design some shit. Do something different. We hike now. Part of our design. Part of my design. First time I went hiking on one of the best hikes I went on, I heard the conversations that were going on up there. And I was inspired. And I said, oh, I love hiking from this point on, because this is a time to think. Right? Basketball, you got to think about shooting. You got to play good. Hiking, just about thinking. What do you got next? Sometimes it's so quiet that you know God is talking to you. You feel me? These are design moves. Bike ride with my family. So my goals. 2 to 3 times a month. And we do it. Design. Design starts with intent. What is your intention? Right? Do I want to make my family happy? Do I want to make my family proud? Starts with intent. Make the move. Set it up. Take them to the park. Take them fishing. You don't know how to fish? YouTube that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing we can't learn now. That's the beauty in this, homies. There's nothing that we can't learn. Everything is right there at our fingertips. So what's the excuse? What you want to do? Learn how to speak Mandarin? What do you want to do? God giving you the book now. Design your shit how you want to, homie. What do you want to do? It's here. Here you go. I got 1,000 videos on it. Here goes some instruction. Here goes a couple guys, girls. Here's some video. What do you want to learn? Now it's about intent. How do I want my life designed? Do I want to live in LA? This is all me living in LA, all design. 100%. If I wouldn't have made the moves that I made when the intuition was telling me to do it, I'd be still in a lot of different places. I might be still in San Diego. And that might have sent me to the pen and then still be back in San Diego. But things took me out of there. And I kept making the move. I kept moving. Kept rocking with God. Okay, I'll turn left here. Okay. Yeah, dog. Is this what you want? I saw Boomerang. That's what got me. I said, I want to live like Eddie Murphy, dog. I want the burgundy walls. Want the laid out crib. I want to be in marketing. Next thing I know, I was suited and booted in an apartment like that, working at a radio station. Convicted felon. It's possible. Whatever. I'm telling you, God is in the miracle business. Whatever. You want to be a surgeon, that is not out of reach. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think. Because a lot of it's based on what you've seen. Faith is what you haven't seen yet. what's coming, knowing what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's your birthday. You know, man, I know I'm about to get a cake at minimum. I already know I'm about to get a cake. I'm at least getting like $20 from grandma. You already know in your mind what's coming. You know what I'm saying? You already have $5. You know, our grandmas get $5 and some jeans or whatever. But you know what's coming. And that's how it is with faith. You got to walk around like that. Like when you know you got something coming, it's like the day before you go on vacation from your job. You walking around there floating, right? You're like, man, I'm out of here. Homies, boss can't even, what you want? Oh, you want me to go get your papers? No problem. I'm up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of roll like that. That's the same type of attitude you need to embrace with God. Because He going to give it to you just same way. It's already coming. So walk around like it's already coming. Like, man, God got me. And it'll get here faster. Trust me. You got to have that kind of faith. It's just like anybody believing in you. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody believing in you, you're going to perform at the highest level. Do you want God to perform at the highest level? Put your belief up. Get your belief up. You and Him, nothing you can't accomplish. Nothing. Best partner, best whatever. In your ear, got your back, delivers the goods, gets you out of shit. Why would you partner with somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And I tell you what, the only other person that deals with the doubt, that's what the enemy uses. You got faith and doubt. Two different things. The dichotomy, right? The two different, faith and doubt. Which one you want? Ain't no in between. I'm kind of, nah. You either believe or you don't. You either believe something's coming great for you in your life or you don't. And whatever you believe, you're right. You're absolutely right. So we need to switch gears. We need to modify our thought processes. We got to switch it up. And if it starts with our intent, if it starts with our conversations we're having with ourselves, so be it. A lot of times, it's our environment. You know what I'm saying? But that's optional now because we can walk outside. We can go take a walk. We've been in the worst places and we had to mentally disconnect from that and still come out headstrong. You dig? So now let's apply those same things that we learned in some of the places, right? Because these were training grounds. We thinking God sent us away, put us away for, nah, He sent us to school, dog. Let me teach you how to be without and still keep a strong mind. Let me teach you how not to follow. Let me teach you how to be disciplined so that you come home at this time because I got this stuff set up for you, dog. Can't miss it. And the enemy knows that, so He gonna put 1,000 tests in front of you so that you mess this up. So don't mess this up. And when we get out, we get blessed. We get with a spouse, we get blessed. These are blessings, right? Then there's nothing you can't accomplish. You just got to ask for more. What do you want? Start asking. I'm maxing it out, man. PhD on me. Slide that to me, God, please. Let me get tenure. My kids don't have to pay for college. First PhD in my family. Let me get that. Please. Can I? Yes. All right. I'll do what I need to do. Just set that up for your boy, Dr. Cofield coming. Speaking in. I ain't scared to put it out there. I'm doing the work now. I'm doing the work as we speak. I got a meeting Wednesday talking about that same stuff. How you gonna move your needle? What you gonna set up? What you need to get? Take a step towards it. Right? Everybody wants to be jocked. Everybody wants to be courted. Why you ain't courting your dream? Why you ain't flirting with your dream? Why you acting like it's across the room ain't fly enough for you to pay any attention to? Why you ain't all up in his face, asking it what it needs to be with you? Why not? Scared? A lot of times we talk that shit, but when that dream comes around us, right, we like, man, there go my dream. Move on it. What you waiting on? Oh man, I don't know what to say. Ask how do you approach anything else in life? What do you need? How can I get with you? What do I have to do to be together with you? You feel what I'm saying? And you need to follow those same rules, right? What do I need to do? I need to do X, Y, Z. I need to learn how to do research. How do I learn how to do research? You got to do a research project. How do I do a research project? Call this number. Ask them how to do it. You know how many places like close their door? Like, man, you need to take a class. One lady told me that you need to take a methods class. You're like, damn, for real? I'm a professor. I don't need to take a damn methods class. You know what I'm saying? But I did. So I did it myself and taught myself on YouTube and bought like 3 or 4 books and taught myself methods. So okay. Took that, designed myself. So now I understand it. So when the professors are talking to me about it and experiential and the different conversation that you have within research, I'm not lost. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times you're going to be put in positions to where you're going to feel lost. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel under prepared, right? But that's okay. That's okay. You're stretching yourself. You should be in those positions. If you're not in those positions and it's a normal everyday thing, you got to figure out something that's going to stretch you. If it's not self-motivated, if it's not something that you're doing on yourself, right? Like a class or a book or whatever the case may be, but you got to figure out how to pump yourself up. Because a lot of times you're not going to have that motivation. And we talked about that I think the time before last. Even might be last time. How to keep yourself motivated, how to pump yourself up. And it starts with that self-talk. Still reading that book. I'm almost finished, homies. And if you don't know what book I'm talking about, check it out last week. It's in the comments, I think. Or even just watch the video from last week. That's the key right there. Self-design. Reading books. I tell you, that has been the key to my success, is reading books. And I take a little bit from here and I take a little bit from there. It's like just borrowing a bunch of cookbooks and taking one recipe from here, one recipe from there, and creating your menu. Creating your menu. What do I know how to do? I know how to write my goals down. I know how to do, execute SMART goals. I know how to run social media campaigns. I know how to develop content, right? All this stuff is based on books that I've read, things that I've put together, designing myself. Yeah, man, I went to community 2-year degree. Absolutely. Let's get it. Because a lot of times it's there when you find yourself. Because we don't know what we want. We don't know who we're going to be. We don't know what we like. That's one of the most dangerous things, is us not being exposed to enough things to not understand what we love. A lot of us may love abstract art, but we don't even know what the hell it is. A lot of us maybe want to become oceanographers, but we didn't know that was even an option. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us are scared to be who we are because the homies are looking and they all faking about who they are. That's the crazy part about it. Everybody's fronting. Nobody's being authentic. Nobody's saying, man, this is who I really am. This is what I like. I like history. I like learning about cities. I like learning about the historical aspect of cities. Right? I love the ocean. I wanted to be an oceanographer. I wanted to be an attorney too. And I could have did all those had I not listened to the people around me. I listened to the wrong people. Man, that's a lot of school. None of them are lawyers. Nobody's been to law school. So how can they tell me anything about going to school to be a lawyer? How the hell do you know? Period. That's what you should ask somebody. When you ask them, somebody man, I heard. How do you know? You feel what I'm saying? How would you know? Oh man, sure, law school. I heard that's expensive. From who? Who'd you hear that from? Johnny Cochran told you it was. Who told you it was expensive? Because those are the people that aren't the doers. Those are the. I wish I could, but those are them cats. I wish I could, but I'm gonna just create a character. I wish I could, but I wish I could, but I wish I could, but what? What's stopping you? And even if it's stopping you, how long you gonna let it stop you? You can't lift off of it? Come on. We all been through something. And I tell you, when you're at the bottom, you feel like you can't see the top. You're like, man, I'm drowning. But you got to hold your breath and pull your shit up, dog. Get yourself going. Pump yourself up. Find that thing that's going to make you tick, right? To get your intent going. You need to figure out that thing. And everybody has one or two of them, right? I didn't like being broke, and I wanted to be an inspiration to my people. And I love helping people. So everything that I do is involved in helping people. All my businesses I got people around that use it. You see what I'm saying? There ain't nothing I could do one or two of these things and be done. So that's not why I'm doing it. I do stuff for other people. I learn for other people. I'm a conduit. That's about it. My ego's in check. I don't need it to be pumped up anymore. I had money when I was younger. So I had that whole shit going on. So that's not what I'm doing it for now. A little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the long-term effects. Somebody come back and say, man, you changed my life by taking your class. One professor got me going. That's why I'm a PhD now, and I'm changing lives. That's how I have that multiplication or that multiplying effect, right? Exponential, as they call it. Because what I'm doing gets multiplied 5 or 6 times. So other people take on what I started and now go change the world. We're doing it one little pocket at a time. All we're doing is one person at a time. I used to say that when I was in juvenile hall speaking. All I need is one of y'all to change, man, and I'm straight. Me and God got our we goal accomplished. Because it ain't just me, it's always me and God. We slide up in this piece together. We come do this live together. This is all inspiration from God, no one else. It's not written down. It's not scripted. We don't do that. We don't need to. Because if that's the case, then we correcting what God is saying. We don't do that. So you got to start designing yourself. How do you start? Get a pad and a pencil and you write your goals out of what you want out of life, what you want to become. That's what you start with. That's the step number 1. Write your goals down. What do I want? And be specific, man. I want a Bentley. Do you? Or do you want a dependable car? Right? If you want a Bentley, put the color, put the year, put the make, put the model. Get detailed with it. What the dealership is, go down there and go talk to them. Go slide in, test drive one. I'm one that puts stuff, you got to touch something. You really want to believe in it, go touch it. You want a mansion, go rent one. You want a Bentley, go test drive them all. See if you like it. You might, man, shit, I hate these damn doors. And here you are about to break your neck, about to kill something, about to go get this Bentley, and you don't like the doors. So go test drive it first. You want a house by the water? See if you're cool with the waves every morning. You know what I'm saying? If you like to sleep in, this is all shit you can do and test. But more importantly, it puts it in motion, right? Because God and the universe start to know you're dead freaking serious. Yes, I am. I'm down here test driving this shit. I'm down here checking out where the grocery stores are. I'm down here checking school districts. I'm about to be down the street. Oh, damn, you believe in like that? Yes, indeed. You'll see. A lot of times it takes a minute for people to catch on to what you and God got cooking. But once you and God connect, man, it's irrelevant when they catch on. Because it can happen just like that. That's what they call that instant stardom. Been building a long time. Me and God been rocking for the last, 44 years. You feel me? So tap in with your uniqueness. It's for you. It was designed for you. It's what you are. It was what makes you different and unique. But if you don't tap into your destiny, you don't tap into who you are, who you're destined to become, and start to cave into the intuition and talk to it, man, okay, so why? I really like, yeah, you really like that. That ain't you. You really like this. Okay. Because that's when you're going to find your success. You're like, damn, man, success, you've been hiding around this real shit the whole time? Right behind it. I was waiting on you, but you would never come over here. You kept going after Joe Lollipop over here. Doofus Willie. That's who you kept following. I kept telling you come over here. You said I was corny. And success, yeah, I was, man, And that's how success rocks, man. A lot of times it's in disguise. A lot of times you can't recognize it because you think it's some other shit. He dresses up as hard work too sometimes. Most of the time it's faith. That'll conclude our weekly tap in for this week. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the subscribe notification button, like the page. We appreciate it as always. I'm still reading the things you say to yourself. If you guys missed it, I think some of you guys missed it last week. So I'll bring it up again just for that reason alone. So bear with me. I'll bring it up one more time. I know sometimes you guys don't want to have to go look and prowl and do all that stuff. So I will go ahead and share this with you guys. And I'll share some of the other books in there too. I'll just open up my whole little cloud of reader so you guys can see some of the stuff that I've been working with. And I'll throw out a couple suggestions for y'all as well. Yes, indeed. All right, so when you see right here on the left, top left, right up under. Oh, and shout out to our sponsors, Med Tours LA, South Central Tours popping. Make sure if you come to LA, tap in. You'll get to meet yours truly. I drive a lot. But yeah, Med Tours LA, Cannabis Experience Tour in Los Angeles, one of the only. And also hair livery. If your girl needs a weave, you need a beard or a toupee, tap in with your boy. We have those too. Hair livery will bring it to your door. All righty. So you'll see on this left-hand side what to say when you talk to yourself. That self-talk is so important. And it's by Shad. He's a PhD. It is by Shad Helmsetter. So I think some people were curious about that. You see, SPSS is related to my the research that I'm doing, but the personal power and awareness and spiritual growth and living with joy are two really amazing books. Let me show you. Yeah, these probably everything on these two rows are gas. Living with joy, quantum success, entrepreneurial you, creating money, and personal power through awareness and spiritual growth. Oh man, I can't say enough about those books right there. Life changing, right? Life changing. The personal power, the ones by Sonia Roman, fascinating material. Will pump you up instantly. Will have you going instantly. Will have you reassessing everything. I guarantee you that. If I'm lying, come back next week and tell me. Come back next week and tell me, man. I don't give out nothing that I don't. It's like this. I don't give you anything that I'm not eating. Right? I don't give you any drinks that I'm not drinking. So I ain't gonna give you any game that I'm not taking myself. Dig? So yeah, I'm still on this one. What to say when you talk to yourself, and some of these other ones I will get to. Create money and quantum success are two of my absolute favorites. They will absolutely change your life. I promise you that. Will change your outlook on life. And your outlook on life is going to have everything to do with which way you're going. If you think life is down, you're going to be headed down in that direction. Start looking up, or at least get a level head. You can kind of see what's going on. So get these books, invest in these books. They don't cost that much. And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to count your money. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying no. We invest in a lot of stuff, right? We invest in partying. We do all that stuff. Buy a couple of these books. I promise you, they will change your life. All right, I concluded, man. Real it and real with you guys. I appreciate everything. I'm a gracious host, and I appreciate everything that you guys do for me on a weekly basis. And I'm tapping out.